Tenet is directed by the one and only Christopher Nolan and stars John David Washington and Robert Pattinson. The movie is about a secret agent embarking on a dangerous, time-bending mission to prevent the start of World War III. Sorry that this review is a little late, but I had to watch this movie twice. I had to. Let's get into it. Now, I know the one question you guys are going to ask me is it worth going to the theaters? Is it worth going out in the middle of all of this? And I gotta say, yes. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. That's fine, I'll just watch it on my phone on Showbox or on 123 Movies or what's another one people use? Putlocker. Putlocker's old. But that's beside the point. I know what a lot of you are saying. Oh, just watch it on my phone. Do not watch this on your phone. You're an idiot. This movie's meant to be watched in an IMAX theater with 12,000 watt speakers, 4K digital projectors. That's how this movie's meant to be watched, not on your phone. Now I'm going to use that to segue into the first part of my review. Let's state out the obvious. Yes, this is Nolan. This movie is visually fantastic. Everything from the practical effects to the cinematography to even how, obviously it's a time travel movie. That's not a spoiler, don't get mad. Obviously there has like people or how he calls it inversion, so they have people like walking backwards or like a building like blowing up and getting constructed at the same time, all looking so real, and he does it practically. So of course Nolan, visually this movie's off the charts. So that's one reason you should go see it in theaters, because you're not going to feel the same impact if you watch it on your phone. I know some people might say that, oh, Inception is his best looking movie. Or even some crazy people out there might say that this piece of shit is his best looking movie. And I'd agree, it's really good looking Murph. But besides the point, yeah, I think Tenet is his best looking movie. I mean, the man just blows his load. He does what he does best. And it just looks phenomenal. Totally unrelated to the review. What do you guys think of my new setup? I don't know. But that's besides the point. Another thing I really love about Christopher Nolan is his practical effects. Like I said earlier, there's a scene in this movie where, of course, it has to do with time travel. There's a scene in this movie where a building is blowing up, yet somehow being built at the same time. Don't worry, it's not spoilers or anything, but just think about what I just said. A building is being exploded and being built at the same time. And I know some of you might say, oh, use a CGI. No, Nolan does that all practical effects. He just does it where like he mixes the frames together. I don't know how he does it. I'm not Nolan, I'm an idiot. But you gotta give props to the man. It's a visionary. There's even a scene where he has a jet crash into a building, and I know a lot of directors out here, I won't mention names, Snyder, but that will use CGI for that. But no, he bought a real life plane and crashed into a building. That's what I love about Christopher Nolan. He wants every single detail to be right. If it's fake, he doesn't want it. He wants everything real, and that's why I love him. That's why he's one of the best directors working today. And really quickly before I move on, let's talk about the score. Actually, a funny story about the score. Most of you, if you're a movie fan like me, you'll know that Hans Zimmer and Nolan are like this. And it's funny because right when the movie started, I heard like heavy drum stuff and like with techno mixed in there, which is Zimmer's like thing, right? And I thought it was Zimmer. I was like, damn, Zimmer went all out. And then I checked on IMDb after I got out of the movie, and I was like, bruh, it's I don't know how to pronounce it. Ludwig, you know who I'm talking about. Ludwig Göransson. I butchered it, but you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is the score for his movie's phenomenal. Not his best. Honestly, if I say best, it'd probably be Dark Knight, either Inception, but it's a really good score. Good job, Ludwig. Another thing Nolan does very well is cast actors of such gravitas and, well, amazing actors. And for the most part, everyone on this movie is pretty good, except one, which will lead into my negatives later in this video. As I said, everyone's well acted for the most part, but there's one I'd say that, God, he killed it. He is, I don't want to start rumors or praise or anything, but well, praise yes, but I don't know. This man might be in contender for an Oscar. Well, if there is an Oscars this year, fucking 2020, fucking. Anywho, the one actor in this movie that's freaking phenomenal is, I would say, Kenneth Branagh. His performance is, I know for some of my people say it's over the top and almost comical at times, but I don't know. The performance he gave us was awesome. I mean, he's ripping necks, metaphorically. He's not taking shit from anyone. I just love it. I don't know. He's a great actor. Not so great director, but he's in this movie, he's phenomenal. Now let's talk about the story. And I know a lot of you are worried Nolan doing this big epic science story, and I know a lot of you, even myself included, was worried that was gonna turn into this, and I'm here to tell you no, it's not as bad. It's way superior than it. This is what's a good reference to use? This is horse meat, and Tenet is why you chuck beef. I don't know. You know what I mean. I'm being an idiot. And now I know it may seem like Nolan's blowing his load with this huge time travel slash James Bond acid trip, but honestly, it's not that bad. The story is easy to follow, even though I did need 2 viewings because, guys, you know I'm an idiot. But so it's somewhat easy to follow. You can understand. It's not as easy as Inception, where it's big concept yet easy to follow, but it's still an easy to follow movie. And I know there's some I don't like it. Well, maybe it's because you're an idiot. I'm kidding. I'm an idiot. I also appreciate what Nolan was trying to do. It's a time travel movie, yet it seems realistic and not that far-fetched. It seems like, maybe this could actually happen. Maybe there's this society and this thing going on that we don't know about, which I really appreciate from Nolan. Unlike Interstellar, where he blows his load and took all the studio notes that the fucking scientists from Harvard gave him, and then fucking Murph. I'm just ranting. I'm being dumb as always. And now let's get into the negatives, which, to be completely honest with you, there's not that much. As I said earlier, there was one problem I did have with the acting, which is our lead, John David Washington. It's not that he's bad, he's just okay. And I don't know, as me, as a person watching the movie, I'd hate for the side character to be giving this Oscar, almost Oscar, I don't want to say Oscar, almost Oscar winning performance, while John David Washington is being John David Washington. And that's no disrespect to the actor. I mean, I love him in Black Klansman. He's fantastic in that movie. But here he's just okay. He's just a James Bond B-rate. That's all he really is. And I wish he would give a more compelling performance in this movie. Another problem I had with the movie is, I think, don't quote me, I think it started with this one. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if Nolan is going deaf or he has like hard of hearing, but the sound mixing it's not terrible. Well, it's pretty bad. I mean, there's scenes where characters are trying to give dialogue, like Kenneth Branagh is trying to give this amazing performance, and all you hear is from Nolan is one, sorry for my headphone users. I'm very sorry. But yeah, I mean I'm hearing that while people are trying to give dialogue, and he does it in this movie too, and I think in Dunkirk and his other movies. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, it's pretty bad. Nolan, fix it, please. Before I go to my final thoughts, there's something I want to ask the people who have seen it once or multiple times. This is for my people who have already seen it. Obviously, you guys know the scene where everything's red and blue, because I don't want to spoil it in case people who haven't seen it are still watching. So there's a scene where it's like red and blue hue, and they're in a 2-part room. Obviously, the people who have seen it know what I'm talking about. So there's a scene where a person comes and John David Washington is talking to that person, and I swear to God, it stood out like a sore thumb. I swear to God that Nolan did this on purpose. He changed frame rates 5 times within like the span of 5 minutes, like back and forth. Like for you, those of you who don't know what frame rates is how smooth a scene is running, or how smooth how smooth everything is moving in a scene. So like 6 or 24 frames per second would be like the cha-cha. Let me use dance references to help you guys out. It would be like the cha-cha, so everything's moving real smooth. And then for some reason it looked like Nolan went to like 60 frames per second. It was like blocky, and back to the cha-cha, and then block. I swear to God, he did that. I'm rambling. Let me go to my final thoughts. But people who've seen this movie, please tell me you noticed it too. Or am I just insane? Leave a comment down below. And for my final thoughts, Nolan gives us another great visual masterpiece with great acting and amazing visual and action set pieces. It's like James Bond with time travel. I'm gonna give Tenet an A. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot that you watch my videos. Thank you guys so much. And if you like what you see, click the subscribe button to step into the madness.